doing another request. How many do we have left? We have 1,
Prepare
2, 3. And then there's a couple that I am supposed to do for someone specific. And then that's it. It has been quite the long road, I feel like, doing these. Oddly enough, I like these more than... Well, for a while I liked these more than other casts, because it was just like... A lot of the time it felt that competitive casts were very bland. But these also are good because you see a lot of different heroes. I know I say that every time I do these, but it's always true. On top of which, I think, like, I don't know.
30 seconds
It's old games. Seeing Ring of Aquila, or Aquila. I don't know how people... I know people complain about pronunciations on things. I don't think these replays are old enough to have Poor Man's Shield. Because some of these are old. Like, last March, because I did these... I started the thread before I left for Epicenter last year. So... It's, you know, 2-minute bounty runes still exist. Aquila still exists. It kind of is crazy. Still Phantom Assassin, though. Even though we don't see Phantom Assassin too much anymore. To give you guys a relative event that's happening as we get further and further with time pass since the thread was made. We're now doing the Dream League Major, if you're watching this sometime down the line. I think this is number 60 overall. I think there were a lot more people that, like, wanted to have their games cast, but, like, a lot of people just sent me games. They were just like, download this. And I did, and I waited, and I was like, all right, well, now, you know, send you the PayPal link and all that. And that was it. Like, they just kind of expected me to keep it on my list and maybe do it. I don't know. I don't think people are like that. I think that it was just a mistake or maybe a misinterpretation. So, not a big deal. But I like these. I like these a lot, actually. I would do them again. I almost want to restrict it to just Turbo, though, or something like that, as this Oracle is going to die for First Blood. We'll go the way of the Axe. And I think the only rules I really want to implement are make it Turbo games so I can shoot through them pretty quick, and maybe no techies. Another thing I've noticed as they find the Undying, Bramble Maze hits 2 of the Brambles and has to be careful. This is before the Abaddon change, I believe. So I don't know if those numbers are going to go up. The replay you gave me, though, was too old. I can't download it. Can only download replays that are like 3 days old at max. Methodic Shield coming out on the Abaddon. See, it says 0 every time he hits something. I'm wondering. A lot of the effects get changed. You usually see like Spirit Breakers from the older replays. They have the Bulldozer or whatever effect under them. So, early lead here for the Radiant. And they should be able to do a bit more with this axe. I think he could really creep cut since he's got 2 in the counter helix. An Oracle and a Phantom Assassin aren't exactly going to get to him too quickly to the point where he is backed out of the lane. So he could creep cut. They go for the Oracle once again. He took call, but not the Battle Hunger, which is good here. With the Snowball as well as the call. So that could be the combination this Radiant team are looking for. Snowball in. Make sure you can't die. Get that call out. I used to do double stout axe. I wonder if it would still work. Ooh, Abaddon. There goes that Aphotic Shield. They'll send the Oracle down low, and they'll look for this Dark Willow. Now Now at the Fortune's End, rooted for a moment. Undying has Decay, and that'll be the last hit this Dark Willow can really take. So it does die, does cut the kill lead down in half. The Phantom Assassin is doing okay. Axe only 11-4, like, that's kind of surprising. All you gotta do is go behind the tower. You're losing out possibly on last hits that should be yours. Because then the creeps just come in under the tower, they attack the Phantom Assassin, and you're able to just be under, or behind, you know, the tier 1 over here. Taking creeps, not missing any last hits with the counter helix coming on unless they get denied. So they bring the Oracle here. His Phantom Assassin shouldn't be in too much trouble over top with it just being the axe for the moment. Tusk is left the lane. So
thanks.
Let's see how the Radiant are gonna kind of react to this tri-lane going on. You've got the Oracle, he's there for the sustain. The decays really do, you know, hurt if you're gonna stand there and take it. I think, what does he have? No clarities? He's got a wand though. I'd like to see him have a little bit more mana ready to go, but there's the snowball, and now what is this going to be worth to you as the shards come out? The Bramble Maze locks in 2. They drop the Tombstone, Fortune's End, Roots 2, and now maybe they turn around, but Abaddon can't really get too close. The Decays come in, no time lapse. The Shikuchi over, but the Purifying Flames kills the Weaver. So that's very good when you're able to stop the opposing carry. He gets aggressive, you turn it around, you don't lose your offlaner. Now, Kunkka, he's got X as well as the boat ready. Spirit Siphon on top, there's the Torrent, and the Spirit Siphon's really what's keeping him alive, but let's see if he's able to get the kill. Snowball, and we'll get it off the Tidebringer, but now under the tower, this Kunkka's dead. Kunkka does get the kill. While that Death Prophet is dead, the Kunkka goes down, so gold is received, but Kunkka grabbing that kill puts him closer to 7, with Death Prophet only being level 5, and Death Prophet getting beat heavily in this mid lane. Kunkka's got TP in 5, that's going to give Oracle some time to solo, not farm here, per se, but just looking more for experience. Quicker he can get that false promise. I think the more aggressive this Dire team can get, knowing that they've got a little bit of backup with that save. And Axe is coming under the tower, but again, it's really tough to get this kill on the Phantom Assassin. If he does get a call with a bunch of creeps hitting him and he can counter Helix a couple times, then maybe I think it's possible, especially now having the Culling Blade. And now the Dark Glow coming over. Navigates the maze and in no trouble. Dark Glow though, now the Tombstone's dropped. Axe is going to try and get over. And he, at this point, maybe wants to turn around, but the call comes out on 2. How many times is he going to spin? He'll get 1, but not 2. The Battle Hunger's on him. The Stifling Dagger hits. Phantom Assassin needs to play this very carefully due to the fact that those spins are going to really break into the Phantom Assassin's health. As you can see, he's able to just get the dunk. Call comes out again, but the Decay. 12 extra strength here, and Undying is able to get the kill. So again, I think an overall victory is Kunkka gets the kill onto Death Prophet again, and then Kunkka dies. So Death Prophet falling even further behind. Kunkka now hitting level 8. But as I was saying over top, you know, the Axe goes down, and as does the Dark Willow. But slowing down that Axe is going to be very important as he's getting close to that Vanguard. And he does have a way in. You know, that's the scary part. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger at the moment, But if Tusk comes over, snowballs, and pulls in this axe, like, you're going to be in trouble. Because that pulls him in right next to you to the point where he can get the call. At this point right now, he's just running at you. So Axe unable to run up to them and find a kill. We take a look at the Kunkka over mid. He's going for the armlet 2 levels ahead of the Death Prophet, who has finally hit level 6. Bramble Maze. Fortune's End, and that's going to grab 2 here. Snowball follows it up. They'll get the call as well as the Walrus Punch onto the Undying, who Soul Rip stays alive through the Culling Blade, but here comes the Weaver. Storm on top of these heroes gets the kill, but the Stifling Dagger takes out the Dark Will. The Battle Hunger is going to be placed onto the Phantom Assassin. Tusk had to get out of harm's way, and they'll take out the Tombstone. Look for more, but again, no entry point for this call, but he's slowed. Ooh, blinks over to the Oracle. Weaver, he does have time lapse. Might be able to play it aggressively.
Got it.
So I believe Phantom Assassin, this is before Blur, the active Blur. Having 1 level in it is going to make this very hard for me because the replays glitch. So call comes out as the Phantom Assassin's coming in. 1 more counter helix, and that might have been enough. Shards now block the axe from going in. Weaver comes through, throws the swarm as well as the snowball, hitting onto the Phantom Assassin, and then the Battle Hunger. There's the Culling Blade, gets at least 1. Oracle under the tower will die as well. Tombstone dropped. Down goes the Undying, and that is a lot of gold fed the Radiant's way as they get 3 kills as well as that Tombstone. Meanwhile, Kunkka
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
has a big stack.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Step lively now.
I do wonder if that's going to be a stack eventually for the Phantom Assassin.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Kunkka mid has boat coming in. Death Prophet dead, and now the Tusk, oh, might be dead as well. That's going to be 2. He should die to this Weaver.
Down with the ship.
Buys out on the armlet. So not bad for the Kunkka at all. And, you know, despite dying 3 times, he's gotten kills when needed. You know, I say that he's gotten what, 3 of his 4 kills have been on the Death Prophet. So, Death Prophet falling behind by 4 levels. And over 2,000 net worth. Abaddon's ulti is popped. He's got the False Promise on top. Axe getting in a lot of trouble. Battle Hunger placed on the Abaddon. Bedlam comes out, taking a lot of damage from Kunkka now, who's trying to kill this Axe. Cursed Crown comes through onto the Abaddon. The boat will come in. He also lands the Torrent, so that'll take out the Axe. Now they look over at the Tusk. They've killed the Dark Will. That's going to be 2 dead on the Radiant side. Dire here. Purifying Flames gets them a 3rd. And it's a double kill here for the Oracle. There should be a little bit of pressure coming out on the tier 1 on top of them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So they put pressure on the tier 1. They don't take the tower. Weaver and Dark Will come over, but again, This is opening up a lot of space here for the Phantom Assassin. We'll see what the build will be. Nothing queued up just yet. Could be maybe a Battle Fury or maybe possibly a Desolator. But look at that damage coming in with these creeps hitting away, and the counter helix is coming through. Level 4 on the counter helix. Oh my. That was really rough.
Trust me, I know how to handle such power.
Relatively high tier game, and this will be the Kunkka trying to take the stack. And grabbing himself quite a bit of gold. Going into the Daedalus. Should be going for the Crystallis first. Snowball setting up on the Oracle. Kills a kill. But it's a lot of heroes grouping up for just the support. Double damage here, bottom 2, but Kunkka's way too low to try and grab that. TP out and X himself back, but there's the double damage picked up by the Death Prophet and bottled. Bedlam on top of the Undying, and now the Culling Blade comes out. Another kill here for the Radiant. Putting on a lot of pressure. Do they have Exorcism? They do in 7, so they might stay postured. Will they use Exorcism?
Dire's structures are fortified.
Blow coming through, nobody there. That one's just gonna go over this Tusk, but they've got the Fortune's End, and now the Shard's actually blocking from getting to the high ground. Exorcism's gonna be used. Axe comes over behind the tier 2. He needs to find an entry point. X. Torrent. It lands. Terrorized, though, gets onto 2 of these heroes, and the Exorcism should be enough to get the tower. It will be.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
X gets onto the high ground. They throw the tombstone down, and now Death Prophet needs to be a little bit careful. Curse Crown, as well as the call, taking out the Death Prophet is the Oracle. The false promise onto the Undying, not the Phantom Assassin, but the heals are coming in from this Oracle to keep the PA alive. They turn around, they look at the Axe, Dark Will into the Shadow Realm, trying to escape. The Culling Blade comes out onto the Undying, and now Phantom Assassin pulling over to the side to grab the Dark Will with the Stifling Dagger. And the chase is on for the Axe, but he's already far enough away.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
A golden thread.
So 15-14, but a 2,000 net worth lead. So far for the Radiant. Look at the Undying. They've got the Swarm. That'll land on a 1. The chase is on. He's also silenced, getting back to where the tier 2 once stood. They've put down the Sentry. Oracle doesn't have False Promise for 20, but the Shards don't land, so he's able to survive. But now maybe a turn. First dagger crits onto the Death Prophet, blink forward as well as the call, and Dying in a lot of trouble. The Culling Blade comes out. Abaddon's made his way over, and let's see if Oracle's able to save them as he looks for the Fortune's End. Now the ulti will be popped on the Abaddon, taking a lot of damage with the Spirit Siphon on top of him, as well as the call will be back to full health, but it's not going to matter with the Walrus Punch coming out, and now the False Promise keeping him alive. No Culling Blade for the Axe just yet. They need to get this Abaddon out of here. Boat coming through as well as that Torrent landing onto the Death Prophet. So much damage on the Axe. There's the Fortune's End. Getting the kill. The Exorcism will be used, but they've got the X. Pulling back the Death Prophet, Tidebringer, Torrent, and the crits coming in to take out the Death Prophet, and now the Dark Will goes down to the Tidebringer as well. 3 heroes dead. They lost the Phantom Assassin, Fortune's End, Purifying Flames. Down goes the Weaver, but they lose the Oracle. It won't matter when you get 4 kills like that. So 1917.
To my house.
Things are still close. Take a look at these graphs we've got going on. A lot of experience in the favor of the Dire, about 50-50 overall. Undying again, very low. Mail and Blink Dagger for the Axe. He's got the Vanguard too, so this has been quite tough for him. They're trying to take out the Tombstone. Axe no Torrent to follow it up. And the Bramble Maze keeps the rest of the team out. So PA going into the battle. Fury still doesn't have it. Lincoln's for the Weaver. But Kunkka is the one at top of that net worth. And he's almost got this Daedalus. Look over at the Oracle. They spot him. Shards call. Everything there. Take a look over top.
Dire's top tower
They start to pressure the tier 2 tower.
Bounty.
We'll see what they're able to do with this, as it doesn't look like there's any counter coming in from this Dire team. They're willing to let it go.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Daedalus is finished here for the Kunkka. But again, Phantom Assassin is sitting pretty far behind the Death Prophet, who had an abysmal start and is still behind his counterpart of the Kunkka by quite a bit. With this Exorcism, they're going to grab Roche too. So a lot of things going right for the Radiant. May not be a huge net worth lead, but they can be happy with where they're at this point in the match. Once this Phantom Assassin gets the Battle Fury, we could see the game start to possibly open up for the Dire. Battle Fury is not going to be the only item you need.
Got it.
But if they can make the time and space, especially with how good the Kunkka is doing, it'll give time for the Phantom Assassin to find a way back in. But they found the Abaddon. I don't know if you want to go in on this. The Cursed Crown will be purged with the Aphotic Shield. The ulti pop. The Torrent comes in, as well as the boat. The Terrorize on a couple of these heroes. Axe not dead yet. Popping the Blade Mail. Stifling Dagger comes out with the Phantom Assassin getting low. Snowball puts him on the low ground. The False Promise is going to be used on the Phantom Assassin. And now the Axe, he was able to blink away. He's got zombies chasing him from the Tombstone. And after all is said and done, nobody dies.
Lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Kunkka going double Daedal Eye. What does Abaddon have? He's going Radiance. He's almost got that too. And now it's Desolator for the Phantom Assassin. But need to be out there farming, and right now, still in the base and under vision. That's how much pressure the Radiant are putting on at the moment.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This is the last outer tower, and they're going to take it. Ooh, Blink looking for the Phantom Assassin. Kunkka and Undying are here. With TPs coming in aplenty.
Haste.
They need to just leave. They find the Dark Will, though. Drop the Tombstone. They got to be careful. The rest of the team is going to show up eventually. Terrorize comes out onto the Undying. The Snowball Bramble Maze, and that's the Terrorize into the Bramble Maze, which will lock in the Undying. The False Promise is used on the Kunkka. Bedlam comes out. The Tombstone's down. Zombies chasing these Radiant heroes. Stifling Dagger comes in. Kunkka, if he's forced to take a shot, might. Again, we'll can the Dark Will, but the Blink Call on the 2. Snowball on top of that. They don't get the kill, but now the shards aren't quite nice to block off this Dire team from the rest. There goes Abaddon, there goes Oracle. The boat attempts, and he's really hoping to get this kill here onto the Weaver. Takes him out once, has 17 wand charges, running away, Battle Hunger, Walrus Punch, and he uses the charges, but it's not going to matter. He'll end up dying. This game looking very close to over. Tombstone in between the racks. There's the call. Dying again, just trying to buy some time. But he'll end up going down.
I was just getting warmed up.
Dire structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Lotus Orb, Stifling Dagger, hits the Phantom Assassin. They still don't have the Kunkka for 30 seconds. They may not want to fight this. The Lotus Orb once again. Stifling Dagger comes through. Oh, get the kill on the Weaver. It's at least one, but they're still down by so much. They didn't end up losing that tier 3. So holding the base until they get the Kunkka back.
Cuts 2 ways.
It's going into a Shiva's. He is very farmed, only behind the Kunkka at the moment. Profit after the bad start. Yule's Aeon Disc. Always nice. And then what does Dark Will have? Yule's as well, and going into a Rod of Atos. Let's see what they're able to accomplish.
Is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Roche is up possibly in 2 minutes. Giving some time to the Phantom Assassin. Things have slowed down a little bit. Getting closer and closer to that Deso, but needs to find that farm. Abaddon? That should have been immediate. Trying to snowball. Get the Abaddon. Shards don't hit as well. Blink available. No, he's got the Radiance, so it's hard to get in. The Torrent lands. Now he's got his ulti pop. The boat will come through. Here comes the Phantom Assassin. The end disc is immediately popped. Axe trying to run away, but Fortune's End is there, and the damage from the rest of the team comes through. The Dire found an opportunity with the Terrorize landing down on a couple, but Death Prophet still locked in because the shards are on the stairs. They will get another kill here, and they are cutting into the net worth quite a bit.
Gold for my chest. Bounty.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dire slowly bringing this back. The Abaddon, who's got this Radiance, has been doing a lot of work here. And on top of all that, too, it's... Phantom Assassin finally kind of getting a way back in. Rules is out. Abaddon. Ulti popped again. The Bramble Maze on top. Weaver behind the Undying. They've dropped down the Tombstone, doing a lot of damage here on the run. Gets through the shards, but the Shadow Realm strike lands, and they get at least the one on the Abaddon. So we're landing some shots at the moment. To go onto the high ground they come, charging away to take the tier 3. Axe though, stifling dagger slowed up. Undying Yule's Bedlam not doing anything. The Fortune's End comes out as well as the snowball that's bringing the Tusk onto the high ground. The false promise is there. Oracle keeps alive the Undying. There's the torrent and a crit coming out from the Phantom Assassin to get the Dark Willow. Weaver comes in, Oracle low, ends up dying. Time lapse through, and there's the blink call from the Axe. They're in so much trouble now. The Phantom Assassin able to survive until they get the Culling Blade. 3 heroes dead. Kunkka coming over. Let's see what he's able to wipe out. Possibly with the Tidebringer and 2 Data Line. Call in the wrong spot. Racks are glyphed. The buyback comes out from the Oracle. They've got the Yules. Kunkka trying to do something. He's silenced now. The Abaddon taking a lot of this damage. And has the Blade Mail popped. Fortune's End onto the Weaver. There's the Torrent and the kill.
I troll your guts with my blade.
So again, just losing the tier 3. Assassin at times is looking strong, but again, needs a little bit more farm. Needs to be careful. Kunkka playing this a little bit more safe than I've seen in games prior. I've seen Kunkkas go divine, 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 hoping that they could just get kills. And it ultimately doesn't even end up working out for them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Got an Abaddon with Blade Mail and Radiance. An Oracle going into a Yule's, which would be nice. We've got the Spirit Vessel on the Undying. Probably would like a little bit more, to be quite honest.
Thank you, my beauties.
Oh, bounty!
Axe on the Axe. Don't pull him back onto a Torrent or anything. Kunkka being careful. He's maybe trying to draw the team, and the Blink Call comes out of the Phantom Assassin in a lot of trouble. The counter Helix is already coming through. They got the Culling Blade. That'll kill the Phantom Assassin. The Tombstone dropped immediately, as well as the Exorcism getting used. Torrent onto 3 heroes. Dark Willow into the Shadow Realm, and Bramble Maze on top, Blink forward, looking for the call, finds it on the Abaddon, not doing a lot of damage, but here comes the Swarm, the Undying in a lot of trouble. The Cursed Crown won't even go off because he's dead already, but Axe still sitting here a little bit low and needs to be careful. Abaddon's ulti gets popped. They've got Kunkka, Abaddon, and Oracle ready. Without the Phantom Assassin and the Undying, we'll see if it's enough. Wills is used onto the Kunkka, looking for a shot here. And just staying alive with the false promise, but he is hit with the Culling Blade. And Oracle is dead too. Kunkka taking out the Dark Willow. He'll get himself one. The Weaver goes down on top of that. They take the mid set of racks. And for now, back off successfully.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Kunkka truly hoping
Step lively now. Your admiral is
for a
on board.
moment to make something happen.
Double damage. Got it.
Phantom Assassin, only this Battle Fury and Desolator. It's been kind of hard for this Phantom Assassin to find much of anything, unfortunately. Dying early in these fights. Through, Death Prophet in. They're in the Roche Pit. Weaver doing a lot of damage. The Kunkka actually needs to be very careful. He's got False Promise, so the Oracle keeps him alive. The Snowball onto the high ground, looking after the Undying. Here comes the Axe with the call on the Undying. They'll take him out. There goes the Phantom Assassin. They get two. They should be able to finish off Roche. Weaver finds the Oracle, grabbing another kill there. 3 heroes dead. Blade Mail pop. Time lapse comes out. Axe just leading the charge. He will eventually be taken and put onto this Death Prophet. The X pulls him back. Just able to escape.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Now the blink call. I believe hit that Abaddon. Phantom Assassin might need to buy back. They've got the X as well as the boat coming through, but there's the Blade Mail. They just don't have the damage to take out these heroes. Blink forward, trying to get a Tidebringer somewhere, and the Yules comes out. That is not going to be long enough, and now they finally take out the Abaddon. And Dying comes over, kind of walking into his death as the Sigil's on top of him, and they kill him once more. Will does end up dying. Stifling Dagger comes out, and this is going to be popped. Call used. Phantom Assassin in trouble once again. The Swarm back inside the base. Tombstone finally taken out. Radiant need to start playing a little bit objective. A little bit more objective.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The tier 3, the crit onto the Tusk, not enough.
Under attack.
Weaver comes in, blink call. Phantom Assassin. Still alive for now with False Promise. Trying to get out of there. The shot's raining through. Dead anyway. And now, Snowball over to the Kunkka. Just punch in. There's the silence on top of it. Abaddon's in and get the Miscoil out to keep him alive. Phantom Assassin buys back. They'll take out the Death Prophet as well as the Weaver. 15,000 net worth lead right now for the Radiant team. Tombstone dropped again, and this is looking like the Tusk is dead too. The only one to make it out is the Axe. So 15,000 net worth lead right now.
Mine.
Tribute to my house.
Kunkka going for a Shadow Blade. Phantom Assassin still looking for the BKB. Blade picked up. Going now another Daedalus. What would help the Dire is an Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard. Kunkka. That was the spree of the axe. Must have gotten a crit to come through, and well, he's got the 60% on the Tidebringer cleave. So he is hitting for a lot. A heart picked up for the Weaver. See if that ends up being enough to keep him alive. Their courier, but Weaver coming over. They've got the Curse Crown on the Phantom Assassin as well as the Snowball doing a lot of damage with the Warless Punch, following it up. But now the blink over to the rest of the team. He is rooted. Bramble Maze keeping him close. Soul Rip now still alive. False Promise on top of that now tries to turn it around. They get the kill into the Dark Will. There's a lot of zombies raining down. His 3 heroes already dead with the axe taken out on the bottom lane already. And they lose the Weaver. They lose the Dark Willow. Down goes the Phantom Assassin, dead for 91 seconds with no buyback. They'll find the Death Prophet. Should be able to get a kill. And then next will be the Tusk. Finally, Death Prophet meets her end, and then let's see, can they kill the Tusk before they lose the Undying? Oh, close. Lotus Orb on top. Need to follow it up under the tier 2 tower, and they will. Purifying Flames gets the kill. Oracle 7, 11, and 21. They take the tier 1 tower over mid, and now they look for more, going from a 15,000 net worth deficit to 8,000. For the Dire, it's just been all Kunkka all day.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The fight is back on.
Buyback from the Tusk. Pulling forward, looking for an opportunity.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Grabbing these tier 3s, they're going to feel safer possibly going for Roche, but it may respawn in 2 minutes. Weaver comes over. Abaddon now needs to run. They'll also get the blink through from the Tusk. So he'll be nearby. There's the Diffusal Blade. Picking up these bounty runes, now needs to try and escape, but with the Tusk coming over, this is a little bit of a problem. Undying comes in, the TP over to the Shrine, and now the Radiant, feeling a little bit weak after the last fight, will back off. Axe is spotted. I said they were going to back off. The Axe comes in, really trying to get a kill here, finds the Phantom Assassin who's dead again with the Weaver moving forward. Torrent boat coming through. Axe is dead. Tusk is gone. They look at the Weaver, who's already used the time lapse. Both these heroes who have died on the Radiant side don't have buyback. Neither does the Phantom Assassin. Exorcism comes out with the Spirit Vessel on top of the Death Prophet. They'll take out the Abaddon. They'll look for more. The Silence onto the Undying. The Torrent hits onto the Dark Willow. An Exorcism not going to be used objectively.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Kunkka just says goodbye to the Death Prophet.
Has fallen.
I'm not going to be expecting this.
Silver Edge coming out for the Kunkka, although I say that, he's got a Demon Edge. Kunkka has really been the damage dealer. Ooh, blink call aggressively onto the Oracle, who's got a Yules and a TP attempt. He's safe. Kunkka, though, with the Shadow Blade. He'll clean up some creeps. And X back into the trees with a TP out, so when they come over, they won't find him. Call. Dying in trouble, the sword comes out. False promise, but there's the dunk. They'll get themselves one. The boat's gonna follow this up. It's used by the Death Prophet, but they take out the axe. They'll lose the Oracle, so now they no longer have to save the Phantom Assassin on the backline's being hit hard by the Weaver, who kills off the Phantom Assassin. Kunkka trying to do all he can, but he doesn't have any more mana. The Walrus Punch comes in. They'll have the Terrorize on top of that, pushing them back towards the base. They only have buyback on the Oracle that chases on from the Weaver. They also use the Exorcism. They don't get the kill on the Abaddon or the Kunkka yet. Kunkka might just turn if you're not too careful, Weaver. Robotic shield again, but it won't save him. He'll buy back. Slow goes down. Abaddon moving forward, and here we go. Snowball comes in with the blade mail used on the Abaddon. The buyback comes out from the Oracle as well as the Undying. Death Prophet within the trees. Weaver moving back. They buy back. Slow these racks on top and bottom lane. So the Silver Edge is finished. And now going into a Divine Rapier. He's got 3 Data Eye now, as well as the Silver Edge. It was the Armlet that he's gotten rid of. Orchid picked up by the Weaver. He's going into the Bloodthorn. He's got a Chrysalis as well. Game's still sitting in the favor of the Radiant. They have not gotten much in production from this Phantom Assassin, who's still going for this BKB. Ooh. Cheese Refresher Shard. Dire could use this. They haven't gotten a Roche yet, but this Roche is going down very quickly. They'll try to come in. I just don't think they'll make it over in time, especially with the Kunkka nowhere nearby. So Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard in the hands of the Radiant. Call finds the Abaddon. And he's in trouble, and we'll get that ulti pop, but he's hit by the Yules. Needs to get over, try and shrine up, but there's 1 Yules, there's 2 Yules. Basically, the full duration of his ult stays alive a little bit longer. The Walrus Punch comes in. The Kunkka looking for a shot off these creeps, takes out the Tusk. Pulls his way back, but still just 1 kill here. Tombstone dropped, Weaver looking for it all. Definitely very risky to come in on this. As there's the Phantom Assassin, they pull him back, and they get the Aegis. They might be able to lock him in completely. Chases through, Spirit Vessel on top of him. Won't get the kill. Oh. Getting lit up right there.
The shuttle flies.
Game is all in the hands of this Kunkka. Weaver.
Back to 4.
dangerous. Axe spotted, never gets to the low ground, tries to get cheeky in where he's blinking. Kunkka's still trying to just farm what he can. He does need a lot more farm on his teammates. You look at the difference between him and his teammates and where the other team is at. I mean, the top three for the Radiant are pretty close to each other, whereas you take a look, you've got Abaddon, who's close to those three heroes, but Phantom Assassin is so far behind. And really, like I've been saying, has not done much.
Trust me, I know how to handle such power.
Picks up a TP. Fight over bottom. The snowball comes out. The Oracle in a little bit of trouble. The tombstone will be dropped. They've got Bedlam on top of the Kunkka. Doing a lot of damage. Rod of Atos. Silence coming in. He needs to get out of here. The Curse Crown is going to be on top of him as well. Meanwhile, on the fight on the side of the right, they look over at the Axe, who's getting low under the tombstone and in a lot of trouble and will end up dying. They take the Undying first. They'll buy back immediately. The Walrus Punch comes through, but Tusk now needs to be in. Yeah, he's going to be in trouble.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He'll die. Oracle makes it close to back, but it's actually the Kunkka who gets back into the base. Back from the Phantom Assassin, also buying out on that BKB. Stifling Dagger comes out of the Weaver. Atos used onto this Abaddon, who's chasing the Dark Will, and the Aphotic Shield will be popped to get the kill. Does have buyback, but here comes the Weaver. The silence is through, as well as the call, and he'll pop his ult. He's alive! Culling Blade now on cooldown. As the Kunkka needs to come in and do something. They're losing their Ancient. Glyph is used. Tidebringer lands, not doing enough. And now the Phantom Assassin pops the BKB. The crit's coming through. Finally does a little bit of damage. But with no dunk, unable to kill the Abaddon. It's the Battle Hunger on him, but will be X'd, hit with the Torrent as well as the boat, getting the kill, dead for 2 minutes. They lose their bottom set of racks. So things are not going that well here for the Dire. But they are killing these heroes on the Radiant side. Only the Death Prophet survives. Whew. Did he? He sold a Daedalus. Kunkka sold a Daedalus.
Bounty!
Has picked up a Divine Rapier instead of the Daedalus.
Invisibility!
Okay. Oh, Death Prophet.
Got it.
Rambo Maze locks the Kunkka up. And disc will be popped. Sounds on 2 Curse Crown on the Undying. They start to go for the racks. The Glyph is forced out, but that is a pretty early Glyph here. If the Dire win a fight, they have free reign at the base. And disc on cooldown. Doesn't get the kill. Stifling Dagger does hit pretty hard. Kunkka now with the Weaver right next to him. The Oracle in a lot of trouble. Also, Silence trying to survive. They kill the Weaver. He's back in 100. And Exorcism, that's going to be used defensively, heavily defensively. They buy back on the Weaver. They've got the Eels on the Phantom Assassin. Kunkka staying safe, trying to find the right positioning to get kills here as he's got that Divine Rapier in his hands. The Silence comes through on the Abaddon as well as the Undying. They look over at the Death Prophet doing a lot of damage. The X pulls him back. Exorcism, Blade Mail, Aphotic Shield, that'll pop. Axe is just dead! So the Kunkka dead again for 100 seconds. The Walrus Punch is coming out as he's got that 12% multiple times onto the Phantom Assassin, who ends up dying. They look over the Undying, and now, with the Venom on top, they'll get the kill. Weaver moving forward, looking for the Oracle. Kunkka now Yule's up. He needs to be careful as he's dusted up. Yule's again in a lot of trouble. The boat, no! Divine Rapier hits the ground. He will also buy back. Look at that Ancient down to minimal health. Osh not up yet. E-Blade picked up by the Death Prophet.
Mine.
17,000 net worth lead. Kunkka finds the tusk. Snowball comes out. He's in a lot of trouble. He just fought back. He's silenced up. Oh no! Oh no! That could just be it. Cursed Crown, False Promise staying alive. We were taking a lot of damage. Abaddon doing a lot. Forces out the time lapse. The Snowball comes over. The E-Blade's going to be used on the Oracle. The ulti's going to be popped on the Abaddon. They'll look for more. They'll look at the Tusk. He's going to get low. He'll end up falling right now after the Weaver. Weaver, by the way, bought back. He's going to be dead for 2 minutes. The Eagles is out on the Death Prophet. Spirit Siphon is not going to be enough to stay alive, so he's forced out. The blink forward from the axe into a bad spot. No Kunkka. No Phantom Assassin. Can they take out the axe? It's just the supports now. E-Blade, buyback from the Abaddon. They'll have the Phantom Assassin, and now you need to leave. Assassin. BKB will be popped. They've got 3 heroes here to try and go in, but it's 4 heroes alive in the Dire. They look over the axe. They might even make a move at this. He's taking a lot of damage. Needs to be very careful. The Bramble Maze laid down. That'll lock up both the Undying as well as the Abaddon. Blink and Call are available. Have the Kunkka in 30. But again, the Ancient exposed. The Divine Rapier is in the hands of this Death Prophet. Think about it. With the Aeon Disc at least, it is in relatively safe hands. Has kind of fallen off here. Going for a heart. Been able to break through his shell despite the 45 armor. Kunkka going for another Divine Rapier. Meanwhile, Roche is being taken. 4th Roche of the game. Aegis Cheese Refresher Shards. Should be in the hands of the Radiant once again. Dire can't exactly make a move at this. And disc now for the Undying. Phantom Assassin.
Bounty.
Since getting that BKB, which did take a long time, hasn't done much. Just sitting at 5, 14, and 14. Abaddon and Kunkka have been doing quite a bit, and despite the 13 deaths, Oracle keeping his team alive. Zeus is Exorcism will be popped. A lot of damage being done to the Weaver here. The time lapse comes out. The Blink Call, that's going to land on a 2, as well as the Snowball. The pop the A and disc onto the Undying, and as the Exorcism gets popped by Death Prophet, BKB comes through from the Phantom Assassin. They're doing a lot of damage to the Axe. And now Kunkka trying to find an entry point as the boat flies in, hits the Weaver. A lot of these heroes really close to one another as they'll ticket the Aegis. The Tusk goes down. There goes the Dark Will. They're both going to be there with buyback and coming back alive. Axe won't make it out, and now the Death Prophet in trouble again. They want to kill this Death Prophet. He has the Divine Rapier. You need to get this kill. Looking to Boots of Travel out. Escapes. That's crucial.
Bounty.
There's another Divine Rapier picked up by the Kunkka. Kunkka wishing he had more slots to give. That's for sure. Try to force the buybacks. There's Dark Will. The Swarm will be thrown. The buybacks come out. Everybody on the Radiant has bought back who was dead before. Now they look for the Undying. They're going to snowball in as well as the Walrus Punch. He doesn't have the Anadis. The Silence is going to land on the 2 of these heroes. It's the Abaddon as well as the Undying getting hit, but the False Promise comes down from the Oracle to keep him alive. Axe dunking an illusion. Nobody dead on the Dire side just yet. The blink away from the Phantom Assassin, and now they're continuing to move on forward. Let's see. You need to be careful because the Kunkka coming with a crit, and these heroes are really jumbled up together where it could be in trouble. But they're taking the Phantom Assassin with the Magloom on top as well as the Walrus Punch coming out from the Tusk. And now they look over as the Weaver's dead. He's going to be gone for 100 seconds. He has no buyback. The buyback comes out from the Phantom Assassin. They look over the Axe against the call on a 2 of these heroes. But there's the Torn as well as the Bramble Maze laid down. Hits on the Oracle as well as the Undying. Terrorize coming through. That only hits the Oracle. Down goes the Dark Will. That's going to be 3 heroes dead. Death Prophet forces out the Exorcism, but they've only got the Death Prophet as well as the Tusk, so they don't have a lot of damage. And this is going to be popped by the Death Prophet, moving back. These Dire heroes, everybody alive, coming in. The E-Blade put down on the Oracle. There goes the Divine Rapier. It will be down. The buyback is available for the Death Prophet. Both Divine Rapiers in the hands of the Kunkka. Now with a lead, Dire take the tier 4s. They look to finish the game. TP back from the Undying to save the base, but we look over at the Radiant side. The Walrus Punch comes out. They have the damage, but here's the Glyph. Nobody going over to the Dire side. They'll look for the damage. The Tusk ends up dying. Weaver comes in, looking over at the Oracle. The BKB is going to be popped. They'll take on the Ancient. They'll win the game. Dire take